Welcome back to Theme Park Spark. Please like and subscribe. Today we're going to take a tour of Disneyland using the Disneyland app. If you are planning a trip to Disneyland, it is essential that you download the Disneyland app as soon as possible so you can do a little research and get yourself familiar with the park before you go. When you're at Disneyland, they do have paper maps available at Disneyland and at Disney California Adventure, but you can see the map right on your phone using the app. At the bottom of your screen, you'll see this upside down teardrop looking thing with a circle in the middle. Click on that. Ta-da! You have the Disneyland map. Now up at the top of the screen, it says attractions. If you click on that, you'll see all sorts of different categories: characters, dining, entertainment, restrooms, events and tours, etc. Now you can use those to see where attractions are located, where dining locations are located, where restrooms are located. All of that is very helpful. But let's just start by taking a quick tour using the app. So we are going to scroll down a little bit, and at the bottom of your screen you see a building with a train in front of it. That is the Main Street Disneyland Railroad Station. If we go a little bit further, you see this gold shape in the middle. Kind of reminds me of the lantern shape on the movie Tangled. That is the middle of the Esplanade at Disneyland, where on the top part of our screen we have Disneyland. On the bottom part of our screen we have California Adventure Park. That is how close these two parks are to each other. If you're familiar with Disney World, the parks are way more separated. Right here, it is just a very short walk if you want to park hop. Park hopping is very common here. So this is where you would enter the parks. Let's do Disneyland first. Welcome to Main Street, USA. That's where we are right now, home to attractions like Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln and dining locations like the Plaza Inn. As we go north, in the middle of this circle, that is the Founder's statue, the statue of Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse. If we keep going north, that is the famous Sleeping Beauty Castle, and right behind it are all of the Fantasyland rides. This is Fantasyland, home to attractions like Dumbo and the Teacups. If we go a little bit over to our right, you'll see Matterhorn Mountain, where you might see a Yeti. If we keep going north, we're still in Fantasyland. That white building is the facade for It's a Small World. And this white, on the left side of the screen, that white tent, that is a theater where they currently have a Lion King show. Just north of that, you can see Toontown. At the time that I'm doing this recording, Toontown is not completely open yet, but the new Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad attraction is now open, and you can find that to the north of the park. All right, that is Fantasyland. Okay, so let's get our bearings. There's Small World. There's Matterhorn. Let's go back to the castle. The whole Disneyland park is created like the spokes of a bicycle on a bicycle's wheel. There are different sidewalks going out different directions. Think of it like spokes in a bicycle wheel. So we just went to Fantasyland. Now let's go to our right, and that is Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland isn't all that futuristic anymore, but it is still very fun. One of my favorite rides, Space Mountain, is located in Tomorrowland. You can see it's very popular. It has a 70-minute wait right now. You'll also find the Finding Nemo sub voyage here. You'll find Alien Pizza Planet, if you're familiar with the Toy Story movies. All right, so that is Tomorrowland. Oh, and this is also where you can board the monorail. If you happen to be in downtown Disney and you have park tickets, you can take the monorail directly into Tomorrowland from downtown Disney. All right, so we are back at the center of the spoke where the Founder's statue is, and we are going to go over to the left side of the park. And there are two lands over here. To the top of the screen, we have Frontierland. That's where we have Big Thunder Mountain, another one of my favorite rides. And further down on the screen is Adventureland. Jungle Cruise, Indiana Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean are all located here. Okay, we're going to keep going this direction. And we hit New Orleans Square. You see an island in the middle of this river area. It's the Rivers of America. The island is Tom Sawyer's Island, is a lot of fun over there. You can search for treasure. Definitely take the kids over there to run around. All right, so now in New Orleans Square, we have the Haunted Mansion. Just north of that, we have Splash Mountain, which will be rethemed to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. That is right next to Critter Country. We also have the Winnie the Pooh ride. Now, if we keep going up here, you can see the railroad tracks. The railroad tracks go all the way around the park. If we keep going up here, we are in Galaxy's Edge. If you're a Star Wars fan, you might want to make this your first stop of the day. All right, so that is Disneyland. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Toontown is actually right next to it, but you can't... Well, Toontown hasn't completely reopened yet, so I don't know. You may be able to get to one from the other. Before they closed Toontown, that was not possible. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Critter Country, New Orleans Square, Frontierland, Adventureland, Main Street USA, Fantasyland, and Tomorrowland. And Toontown, clear at the top. That's what we have. That is Disneyland. Now we are going back to the Esplanade, and we are headed down to California Adventure. Right here is where you would enter California Adventure, and directly next to the entrance is Soarin', one of my absolute favorite rides. It is currently a rainy day at Disneyland, and that looks like it is a very popular ride because it is an indoor ride. Currently an 85-minute wait, which is a lot for Soarin'. All right, so Disney California Adventure. You enter by Buena Vista Street, and you have Soarin' on one side. On the other side, we have Hollywoodland. Hollywoodland also has a lot of fun indoor attractions. My daughter loves the Disney Junior Dance Party. There's the Animation Academy, which is a lot of fun. There's the Monsters, Inc. ride. And then let's go back here. The spokes on the bicycle at Disneyland, that did not happen at California Adventure. That was, in my opinion, an Imagineering fail that they didn't do the exact same thing. There is a little bit of a circle, but it's a little bit more complicated to get to one land from the other. Still an amazing park. I really love it. You enter the park here. If we didn't go to Hollywoodland and we kept going, we would hit Avengers Campus, and we would hit Web, which is the new Spider-Man ride. It is a very cool attraction. And there are multiple ways to enter Avengers Campus. You can enter from just walking down the main street here, or you can enter from Hollywoodland, where we just were, over by Guardians of the Galaxy. And you can also enter from Cars Land. So if you walk past Web, you will also enter Cars Land as well. If you turn onto this road that looks like a road for cars, when it's actually a road for people. The main attraction here is Radiator Springs Racers. Do not overlook Luigi's Rollick and Roadsters. That is a super fun ride unless you get motion sick. Radiator Springs Racers is a definite must-do as well. You can see that even in the rain, there's a 2-hour wait for that one. It's very popular. If you are okay doing the single rider line, I highly recommend that for that ride. That is Cars Land. Now we have the Pacific Wharf, which is mainly just eating. It's a lot of restaurants. It's going to be rethemed to San Francisco, which I think will be super cool. All right, another very popular area is Pixar Pier. So Pacific Wharf, if you take the bridge and then another bridge, you can enter Pixar Pier. The main restaurant there is Lamplight Lounge, which is fantastic. And the Incredicoaster is the huge roller coaster, the only inversion coaster at Disneyland or Disney California Adventure. Then there's the Ferris wheel, which can either be scary or fun, depending on which side you ride. Also has very tame rides like the Carousel, which is one of my daughter's favorites. And the World of Color show happens right in the middle of that pond. Or lake. I'm not sure what the rules are of if it's a pond or a lake. So we go past Pixar Pier, and then over here is Paradise Gardens. It's like a fair type atmosphere where they have swings and jumping jellyfish and more rides you might find in a fair environment. This building over here in Paradise Gardens Park is Ariel's ride. Let's see what it's called. The Little Mermaid, Ariel's Undersea Adventure. All right, over here, this is not part of the park. This building, that is the Grand Californian. If you happen to be staying there, you get direct access into California Adventure Park. You have your own separate entrance. Now over here, we have Redwood Creek Canyon Trail, which is a lot of fun for kids to run around. And then there is the Grizzly Peak area, including the only water ride at California Adventure. Okay, and that is California Adventure. You can see the monorail over there, and that is Soarin' again. It is very easy to get your bearings by looking at the Disneyland app. If we go out a little bit more, you can see Disneyland on top, California Adventure on the bottom. If we go out to the right side, this is Harbor Boulevard. Unless you are staying on property at Disneyland, you will most likely be staying at a hotel on Harbor Boulevard. And you would be entering right here. If you want to enjoy downtown Disney, which you do not need tickets to Disneyland or California Adventure in order to go to downtown Disney. It's a lot of shopping and dining. You can get some great Disney souvenirs if you happen to be in the area but don't want to spring for tickets. And this, assuming the app cooperates, this is downtown Disney. Part of it is currently being redone. Some restaurants are changing out. They have a huge Lego store there, which is one of my son's favorite things to see. And there's the monorail station right next to downtown Disney and not too far from the Disneyland Hotel, which is right here. Now, if you happen to be staying at the Paradise Pier Hotel, it is just down the street. Zoom out a little bit. You can see Disneyland Hotel, and then further south is Disney's Paradise Pier Hotel, which is being rethemed to Pixar, I believe. And that is outside and across the street from Disney's California Adventure Park, but they also have their own separate entrance into the California Adventure Park. All right, I hope you found this helpful, just getting your bearings with the Disneyland app. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.